I think getting into the gym and just going consistently should be everybody's first goal. Once you're consistent and once you either find a passion for it or just like it enough to go every day or however often you do go, you can kind of start tailoring your gym program to what your goals are. For me personally, I want to step on stage and do a bodybuilding competition eventually. I don't know how long it's going to take for me to actually gain enough size for me to step on the stage, but that's my long-term goal, and this is a documentation of that journey. So bodybuilding is not weightlifting. The weight is just kind of a way to progressively overload. Buzzword, it's just one of the keys to growing, but it isn't the main and only key. Your goal is to sculpt a physique that you are proud of, and really whether or not you feel good looking, butt naked in the shower right before, wait, no. Not in the shower. Look good butt naked in the shower mirror. Is there even a shower mirror? No, it's a bathroom mirror.
Imagine looking in the mirror and seeing a reflection. Someone behind you.
Someone behind? Who's behind me in the shower? So in order to grow size, there's a few different things that I think are more important than just putting up a ton of weight on the bar. It's eccentric control, time under tension, and buzzword, mind-muscle connection. So eccentric control is essentially the load-bearing part of the movement, of any movement that you do. And the longer that you are controlling that eccentric, controlling the eccentric, not just letting it drop on you, the more you're gonna grow. It's basically half of the movement, so you may as well try and milk as much out of that as you can. Not only is it harder, not only will you have to use less weight, and not only will you have less chance of injury, but it's been proven to help in muscle growth. The second one is time under tension, and it kind of correlates with eccentric control, just because the longer you're controlling an eccentric, the more time under tension your muscles are going to have. And time under tension is essentially how long your muscles are working and how long they have that load under them. The longer that you are under tension and the longer that your muscles under tension, the more you will grow. Time under tension is definitely super important for muscular growth, as well as the last one is mind-muscle connection. Being able to feel the muscle that you're working and being able to have cues to be like, oh shit, yeah, I gotta do this in order to feel that muscle. Like for example, a good way to feel lats on a lat pull down is if you go to a table and you put your arms and elbows on a table like this and you lean down like this. When you feel that stretch, that's exactly how your lats should feel on that lat pull down. So if you make it feel like, small cues like that, you'll actually be able to feel that muscle a lot more. Because you're trying to isolate your muscle groups as much as you can, you don't want to use a ton of muscles or as many muscles as possible to push the weight up. So with mind-muscle connection, if you have a strong mind-muscle connection with all of your muscles, you're able to really isolate that muscle and really just beat it to death when you are working it. Those three things are super important to muscular growth and are far more important than the weight that you actually put up. Being able to lift weight and being strong is definitely important, although it's not the prime factor for growth in bodybuilding. I think there's a time and a place to lift weight. I think it's somewhat of a balance. There's a balance between optimal growth and bro science. I think they're both kind of right in their own terms. And I think in the middle is kind of me personally where I want to be. The eccentric control, time under tension, and mind-muscle connection are kind of over here. And then just lifting heavy ass shit is over here. If you can find a balance, I think that not only physically helps you, but mentally helps you as well. There's a lot of people I think that shy away from the hard shit in the gym just because it might not be optimal, but it is hard. Not being as optimal in a sense is kind of outweighed by the mental aspect of it, of you growing mentally and physically at the same time. Do the shit that sucks. If you could do the shit that sucks every day and go to the gym and do exercises you don't want to do or don't love or think are very hard, if you could do those every day and be consistent about it, you're not only going to physically grow, but you're going to mentally grow as well. And that's really half the battle. That's kind of half the battle of conquering yourself. So it's more than muscles. It's more than looking good butt naked in front of the bathroom mirror right before it fogs up. It's more than any of that. It's really more about growing in all facets of your life, spiritually, mentally, and physically. It's really about gratifying yourself by doing hard shit that you don't want to do physically that'll make you mentally grow.